Frater Leon Lukasz Hirsch, Frater Władysław Osmanski, Frater Jan Stoltmann, Frater Jan Graszynski, Frater Stanisław Witta, Father Piotr Golan, Father Theodor Hilary Drapiewski. Along the path leading from the visitor center to the Jur house, over there, 8-angle iron marks mark the one-time position of a historical building, the elongated structure where the offices of the political department of the secret state police were located. The traumatic registration procedure for the newly arrived prisoners usually began in the rooms of this building. The political department recorded personal information, took police photographs, compiled prisoner files, and assigned numbers to the prisoners. They registered the date of admission, transfer to another camp, release, or death. A totalitarian state with this fixed ideology of a pure race, so everybody who expresses a different thought, different thinking, he easily gets caught up and brought here to Dachau to be extinguished for the worst, or have forced work or whatever. So it was very dangerous to open your mouth. But nevertheless, many of our confreres opened their mouth, because this extinguishing of the Jews, this is not in our conception of being Christian, of valuing each person, because each person has his value and his dignity. But exactly this dignity the Nazis took off the people. They really took it off by already arriving here. You were given this number, you were taken off your name, you were shaved, taken off your clothes, disinfected, and then you were nothing more than just what you are. So this is terrible already, this systematic strategy to take the dignity of people. So this is the Jur house with a camp gate. This camp gate, there is a title in iron, Arbeit macht frei. This is part of the ideology, work is liberating or makes you free. Located in the Jur house was the duty rooms of the camp, storm division, and the staff of the police.
This, where we stand, is the roll call ground. The prisoners have to assemble on the roll call ground every morning and evening for roll call. In all weather conditions, they were forced to stand to attention motionless for about an hour. Sometimes even the dead had to be dragged to the roll call ground to be counted. If the number of prisoners on roll call did not match the official head count, for example, after an attempted escape, this torture could last many hours. It often happened that sick and weak prisoners collapsed during the roll call. The other prisoners were forbidden to help them. On the roll call ground, the SS carried out punishments for all the prisoners to see. In the final months before the liberation, large transports of prisoners arrived in Dachau and were brought first to the roll call ground. Many sick and exhausted prisoners died here.
Reason as well for our visit here. So sometimes it really scares you what man is capable of, no? So this evil, cruelty, and terrible extinction of the whole religion or whatever, so you cannot even imagine in your worst dreams normally. But I think to consider that will help us to be aware and to maybe even with more energy fulfill our ministry of peace, ministry of giving people their dignity of whatever religion or culture or race he might be. Yeah? So our work is really building up peace in face of all the terrible things that may happen in our world.
After work and the evening roll call, they returned in closed formation to their barracks. The road lined with the populace was the prisoners' central meeting place. In the few free hours they had, here they could meet friends from other barricades and exchange information. The spirit of the camp road, as the prisoners expressed it, was a symbol of the solidarity amongst the prisoners which developed despite the omnipresent violence.
1942. He was one of 4 beatified Polish confreres. He was a teacher and spiritual director. On 9 December of 1942, according to eyewitnesses, he was drowned along with 9 other prisoners in Dachau concentration camp. His Calvary had been a long one, as he had endured nearly 3 years of suffering prior to his death. He experienced forced labor, hunger, beatings, and other inhuman treatment. However, his presence was said to be a great support to other prisoners. His spirit of tranquility and sense of humor helped many to endure the brutality of life in the concentration camp. Even in the most difficult situations, he found words of encouragement or a joke to share with others. He was the principal organizer of a secret mass on Holy Thursday. The Holy Communion received during that mass was viaticum for many prisoners. He remained faithful to his religious missionary vocation in the midst of torture and disdain for human dignity until his martyrdom. And we have several other confreres who have been here. The book published by SVD Polish Province in 2012 lists 19 additional Polish SVD martyrs killed in Nazi concentration camps, in addition to the 4 who are already beatified. Of these 19, 11 spent time in Dachau concentration camp prior to being sent to other camps where they died. 7 of them died or were killed in Dachau. So I just read out the names. Frater Leon Lukasz Hirsch, Frater Władysław Osmanski, Frater Jan Stoltman, Frater Jan Graszynski, Frater Stanisław Witta, Father Piotr Golak, Father Theodor Hilary Drapiewski. On 14th of December 1940, Piotr Golak was moved from Stadthof camp to Dachau. Slave labor and starvation had made him weak and emaciated. However, it was said he never gave up his desire to live. After being beaten unconscious by a prison guard, he never really recovered and would faint regularly. He developed pneumonia and subsequently died on 26th of May 1943, weighing just 37 kg. Father Theodor Hilary Drapiewski. Theodor worked in Brazil from 1909 until 1924 in Curitiba. He subsequently returned to Poland for ministry in the area of mission animation. On 19th of May 1940, he was arrested and sent to Dachau. He was transferred for some time to Busen camp in Austria, where, like many others, he was forced to work 12 hours days in the granite quarries. He was deprived of sleep and regularly beaten. On 8th of September that same year, he accepted the renewal of vows of 6 SVDs in the camp. On 8th of December, he was transferred back to Dachau, where he was tormented for a further 2 long years. He finally succumbed to the terrible conditions and collapsed. He was considered until unfit for work and therefore hospitalized. On 10th of August, he was sent to Hartheim camp, where he was gassed. And one last confrere, Father Franz Riepe, was a German teacher in the SVD minor seminary in Bad Driburg. He was arrested for his opposition to the Nazis and sent to Dachau. He died here as a result of his brutal treatment. A street is named after him in the city of Bad Driburg. So we really can connect with our confreres and so many others who really opposed to this terrible ideology of the Nazis and who paid with their lives also. So maybe this can encourage us, strengthen us that we are not alone. Sometimes we have to overcome this fear. Designed by the architect Josef Wiedemann, the open cylindric structure faces the central axis of the former camp. Above the entrance is a crown of thorns made of iron. Symbolically, the structure stands for the liberation from captivity through Christ. The memorial bell in front of the chapel rings out once a day shortly before 3 p.m.